webinar today.
Excellent. And we also have Florencia. Would you like to say hello, Florencia?
Hi, everyone. Welcome.
Excellent. And so between the three of us, we are your friendly communications and engagement team at Good Things Foundation, and we help make Get Online Week happen. So we're here to share all sorts of tips today about how to promote your event this Get Online Week. Now, before we get too much further, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we're meeting today right around Australia and pay my respect to elders past, present and emerging. I'd like to acknowledge that I'm joining you from Gadigal country in the Eora Nation here in Sydney, New South Wales. Now, Good Things Foundation, we support action towards healing and reconciliation, including the Uluru Statement from the Heart, and support the Voice to Parliament. So if you'd like to acknowledge the country you're joining from, please go ahead and do so in the chat and continue introducing yourselves if you're just joining us. So today, what are we going to cover? We're going to cover how to reach new people and get them to attend your event. We're going to be providing you some info on the resources we have available for the campaign that you can use. We've made it as simple as possible for you to reach as many people as you can, and including how to approach local media for coverage of your event. And one of our newest team members, Yasmin's going to be sharing her years of experience as a journo to help us to do that. We've got some checklists. So if you're the organizer of your event, our handy checklists will be what you need to do now, what you should do 2 weeks out, during the event, and then afterwards. So hopefully that helps you to know where you're up to, because Get Online Week is not far away. And we'll also answer questions that you have. So rather than saving them for the end, if you have a question about anything we're covering, pop it in the chat panel when you think about it, and we'll get to as many questions as we can during the 1 hour we have available today. Okay. So we have slides. We actually have all the information just about available on our website. So what we're going to do is share links, and we are recording today's webinar. So if you want to check back on any of the info that we've covered today, we are recording today's webinar and what we're sharing. So you will be able to go back and watch those tips again. Okay, so let's start with the basics. What is Get Online Week? Well, it is our digital inclusion campaign that happens every year in October. It is its 6th year in Australia, and it's going to be held between the 16th and the 22nd of October, which makes it, 6 weeks away? Something like that, 5-6 weeks away. So coming up very quickly. Perfect time for you to be promoting your event to your community. It's all about encouraging people to get an extra helping hand and a bit more confidence in getting online safely, confidently, and affordably. So all the good things that we're talking about in all of our digital inclusion programs. And you can actually see on screen, that's one of the short videos GIFs we have available this year that we'll be putting on our website that you can use to reach new people. First, we've got a poll. So we're going to be opening up this poll for you to answer. Flo's going to be clicking some buttons, I hope, for you. So you can open the poll. And the question is, have you logged your Get Online Week event on the map? Okay, is that poll working for you? Not really working, Flo? Sometimes we have an issue with our polls. Let me see if I can launch it, or Yasmin. Polls, let's see. Here we go. I've got it here for you. I think I'm the clicker of buttons today. I've got a new official title. Okay. So have you logged your event on the Get Online Week map? And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, the Get Online Week map, I think the answer is no. And please note, we've given you 2 options. Yes, I've already done it, and not yet, but I will. Okay. Bit of a hint there on one of your tasks at the end of today's webinar. All right, it's about 50-50. Well done. Big gold stars. Will give you a special round of applause for those who answered yes. You've already logged your event on the Get Online Week map. Awesome. Awesome job. For those of you who haven't yet, don't worry, we will be sharing some ideas and exactly how to do that a little bit later in this webinar. Okay. So this is the map for those of you who don't. Yes, and I can see a question. If you are struggling to get your event to appear on the map, please just email us. I think I worked with that person who had trouble finding their event last year. So I'm very happy to, if you log your event and you can't find it, just let us know. We'll do our best to make sure it is nice and visible for you. Okay. So I can see Flo has added in the chat panel exactly how to add your event. This map's really important. We send it out to when we do national media campaigns and awareness campaigns about Get Online Week. This is how we let people know how they can find support near them. We do also give them our phone number so we can refer them to it. But the map is a really handy tool and it shows the impact of the campaign. So we really do encourage you to add your events. If you have a grant, it will automatically flag you as taking part. And what you can do is then log in and just edit your event details. So we've done some of the admin for you, okay? But if you don't have a grant with us, you can still go ahead and add it to the map. So if you would like to go into the chat panel and share with us your digital skills event idea in the chat panel. What are you planning on doing this Get Online Week? It's one of my favorite things about the campaign is seeing all the wonderful Get Online Week events that people are hosting, so creative. And some people are still looking for ideas and like to hear what other people are doing for next year or just to share ideas. We're all taking action in that 1 week together. So if you can go ahead and share your digital skills, what you're doing for your event during Get Online Week in the chat panel, that would be awesome. And I can see the first idea, biscuit tasting and using Google Lens. That sounds amazing. And I'll see if I can get to South Australia to come along to that one. That sounds amazing. I'm not sure I'll get there this year, but we'll see. And I can see other people are doing the digital skills checker as a group task. Awesome. We'll have some extra little ideas that you can use to spruce up any digital skills event you'd like to do. Oh, some more lovely activities are coming through. So please do keep share them in the chat panel and I will move on to make sure we cover all the info we want. But it's so lovely to see what everyone's doing. So reaching new people. So there are some key things to think about when you're talking about promoting your events. And Flo, please just jump in when you'd like to talk about all the little great hints you have for me. So there's a few things to ask yourself, and it's the classic questions: who, when, where, why, and how. And if you have answered all of those questions, you're going to do a pretty good job in any event promotion that you're doing. So that is at its simplest. Answer those questions and you'll be right. But there are some things you can do to make that slightly a bit more sophisticated in your marketing. Ask yourself, who are you trying to reach? Who do you actually want to come? Is it your existing clients? Is it brand new people in the community? Is it people from your coffee group who haven't come to a digital skills session yet? Who do you want to come? And then think about, where do they go? What do they see? Do they meet every Thursday at 11 and you could pop in and say hi and invite them in person? Do they read letters that you send them so you could do a mail out? How can you get in front of those people with your invitation to come to this event? So where do they go? How do you interact with them? Are they used to getting phone calls from your organizations? Are they used to getting emails for you? Maybe they're on Facebook, but actually have limited digital skills. So that you might have an awesome Facebook group who aren't very confident doing other things. Perhaps they're worried about online safety, but you know that if you pop some info about your event on Facebook, you will reach them. So how do you normally interact with them? Perhaps if you want brand new people and you noticed a lot of people read the notice boards at your supermarket, maybe you want to put a poster up there. So it's really about thinking about who you want to reach in your community. Where do they go? What do they look like? And how can you put your event information in front of them in a way that makes them want to come along? So make sure, this is a classic, is when you accidentally forget to put the location on your event invite, or perhaps you forget the date or the time. Make sure you have on your event, get someone else to review it for you when you make your poster or get your invitation. Make sure you've got what is happening, where it's happening, when, and who is invited, who is it for. Include contact details and RSVPs. So how will you know that someone wants to come? So we are big advocates for making RSVP lists for Get Online Week events. It's much easier if you get people to let you know they're coming. And, you know, some communities are really awesome at RSVPing, but that means you can give them a reminder a couple of days prior. You could send them an SMS, you could give them a quick phone call, remind them to come along. And it also means that you know how many people to expect. So if you can get an RSVP list going for your event, that's a really great thing to do. And can you make it sound like fun? Not everyone wants to go to a computer class. You know, come and learn how to use the computer. Okay. Come and learn how to look up biscuits, or, you know, come and play a game of bingo. And while you're there, learn something new about tech. How can you make it sound fun and like something people want to go to? You've already done the hard work in thinking about all your amazing event ideas. Make sure that your invitation and your event promotion really talks about how fun it is, how easy it is. You don't have to be an expert to come. It's for anyone. And make it feel very warm and inclusive and like some people want to come along. And we've had a question, who can come to Get Online Week events? Anyone can come. People of all ages are welcome to come to Get Online Week events. If you have a grant through the Be Connected program to host your Get Online Week events, you have to have at least some people come who are over 50 and reach out to over 50s, but anyone can come to your Get Online Week events. So hopefully that answers that question. So how do you reach people? Here's some ideas that we have. Have a think about how many of these you're going to tick off in your event promotion. Good old-fashioned telephone calls. Who remembers phone trees? Very familiar to me. Doing a ring around is a really effective way to personally invite people who have low digital skills or confidence. They might not trust things they see, get by email. They might not be on social media yet. But if you can give them a call and have a chat, it also helps to break down some of the unknown or the fear about showing up somewhere new and taking on tech that some people can have. So if you can give them a call and personally invite them to come along, it's a really fantastic thing to do. If you personally don't have any time, perhaps your organization has some volunteers who wouldn't mind doing a ring around for you. Email invitations. A lot of people now have an email address, even if they don't have very high levels of digital skills and confidence. So do go ahead and send emails out to people, inviting them. Make sure you include how to RSVP. It might be, you might have to give instructions like click reply on this email to let us know and send your message. You might need to give some instructions. But email is a great way to get in front of people. And the research does show that lots and lots of people now do have emails. So that can be a good one. Of course, if you're thinking about people who don't have a lot of digital skills or confidence, a posted invite is fantastic. Can you pop an invitation in the mail that they can see? You might need to pop it in the mail in the next couple of weeks, next week or two, so they get it in time with how often letters are delivered at the moment. but a posted invite can be really fantastic, especially if you're reaching out to new people who haven't come to your classes before, but your organization works with. So they know you guys, they will probably trust an invite that comes in the post, but that's a great way. And they can then put it on their fridge as a reminder. So we do have some flyers, A5 flyers available on our website. You can download and print off if you need a template, but go ahead and use your own. Put flyers and posters up at your existing activities. So over the next month, make sure you have something about your Get Online Week event at every single activity that you do. So just get it in front of people. Mention it at the end of your swimming class. Mention it at the end of your cooking class or at the start, and have something to hand out to people and let them know how they can get involved. Some people will want to have an online event listing as well. It can be a great way if you want to reach, we call them referrers. So if you think of friends and families of people who might need an extra helping hand, online event listings are awesome. It might even, some people might be quite familiar with them, but still want to come to your Get Online Week event. So you can always go an online event listing. They're quite handy. They do RSVP lists for you, depending on how you set them up. So they can be quite good. Local council events. So see if your local council will promote it for you. Of course, Facebook events. And we have resources available with more details on how you can promote your event online if that is something you would like to do. And while it's for people with low digital skills, online can be really effective. People might look up, see something and want to just look up to make sure they've got the details right. Perhaps you want to reach friends and family. So having some online presence for your event is really quite good. So try these tips too. And then I'm going to give myself a break from talking, but don't worry. But what about transport and parking info? Some people will, the barrier for people to come is much less if they know it's really close to a train station or there's free parking right next door. Think about who you want to come. What info do they need? You know your people the best. Make sure you put information out there that makes it really easy for people to participate. Maybe you need an incentive. So maybe you need a lucky door prize or food, of course. Morning teas, lunches, people will come for something that feels nice and where there's a free lunch. And while they're there, they might learn something new and also get inspired to keep going in your classes. Really good tip is reminder phone calls or SMS to your RSVP list. So if you've been capturing who is coming, giving them a reminder 2 days prior, 1 day prior, it helps people to not just RSVP, but show up on the day. And you'll also have a better idea of how many people are coming for your final catering and planning needs. And of course, like I said, referrers, so friends and family, a really important way of getting people to come along. And word of mouth is super important. So think about whether you put something up on social media to reach your community, and that if you do that early enough and often enough, you will see a word of mouth trickle effect through your community from all your promotions, and that can be a really amazing way. Another great idea is if you have people who regularly come to your digital skills classes, ask them to bring a friend to Get Online Week. So task them more with the job of bringing a friend to your Get Online Week event, and suddenly your numbers of people you're reaching have doubled. There's some quick tips. Any questions about any of these tips before we move on in a little bit more detail about social media and online? Any questions? Any ideas I didn't cover? What have you done that you have found really effective before? Go ahead and pop them in the chat panel. Now, Flo, would you like to talk a little bit about social media and how people can share things on social media?
Yes. We are in different platforms in social media, Facebook and Twitter, and also in LinkedIn, if you use any of those platforms. So you can upload any image, any event details in your social media, you can use our hashtag, that is Get Online Week. You can tag us, and if you tag us, we probably can share that post in our own platforms to help you. You can follow us in our platforms, and we have in our website different social media tiles and videos available for you. So you can download it and use the same mockup that we have. And also we have a few text that you can use. So there's many things available for you. Remember to always tag the organization, and as Cass said, add the location, the time, and all the details, and you can share it in all your platforms that you have, and with your partners. You can tag other partners and they can also share it in their platforms.
Awesome, thanks. So yeah, do go ahead and use our resources. Of course, you can make your own. Yes. So yep, we'll pop in the link. I've got a question here. Where are these amazing resources? We're going to share a link with you in the chat panel now that you can download. There you go. Now, Yasmin, would you like to share a little bit about inviting local media and VIPs to your event?
I'd love to. This is my most favorite topic in the world. So first of all, I guess I just wanted to ask everyone out there whether they've actually been in touch with the media before. And also, if you're willing to share, if you're scared of the media, because here we are. It's not a lot of people are, or organizations are in contact with media, and some people don't have the best impressions of media, and that may actually shape your ability to get in touch with media. And I'm here to obviously break down those stereotypes. So I'm seeing in the chat that, yep, when we had press in Adelaide, I'm seeing if anybody else is going to volunteer their information. Look, at the end of the day, sometimes being on media or in media is a little bit scary. It's a little bit intimidating for some people. But media is so important because it means you not only are you communicating a little bit about your organization and letting the world know, or your local community know that you exist, you're telling people that the event that you're running exists. There are so many different kinds of media in today's world. We've got social media, which Cass and Flo was just talking about. We've got radio, you've got TV, different television stations, and of course you've got online and local newspapers. And for a lot of people who are not digitally connected, they are really quite connected to their local media that's not online. So TV, radio, and print. So how do you get the attention of local media? Well, first of all, you have to know who it is that you want to talk to. So know your media. It's really important to know the name of the organizations. That's a given, but know which kind of media will serve your goals best. Is it best to get some messages out through the local television station, or is it the local print media that you'd like to talk to? Is it local radio, because you know that a lot of the people that you'd like to come to your Get Online Week event actually listen to the local radio station. The other thing is to invite VIPs and members of parliament. So it's really important to obviously consider the audience of your Get Online Week event, but also to raise the profile of what it is that you do day to day. It's really important to make sure, there we go, that local members of parliament and VIPs and stakeholders, people that really matter to your organisation, know the great work that you're doing and know about the need for digital inclusion and for programs like Be Connected. Word of mouth is so powerful. So by just inviting your local member of parliament to your event, just for a coffee and a chat, it can really change outcomes for your organisation in the future. All you have to do sometimes is just pick up the phone, find the phone number of your local VIP or your local member of parliament and give them a call. You'd be surprised at how many people don't pick up the phone and call, but how effective a phone call is. it can sometimes be a little bit intimidating to call the media and your local member of parliament. And often we get into this position where we think it's too hard. I have to be incredibly fancy and have a PR team. Well, that helps. But also, I guess, people who work in media organisations and parliamentary offices really do believe in the cause. And when someone gives their office a call and they can see that they're genuine, they're more likely to get along. So don't be afraid to pick up that phone. We will have a media release available on our website. So please use that. So now, how to approach your local media. It really comes down to common sense. However, we've broken it down. So who is it that you want to contact? Is it your local radio station? And which journalists? Now, if you don't know this information, just do your best to get online and research. Have a look at the organisation's website and have a look at some of the journalists' names that you think, you like their stuff. But don't worry too much about it. As long as you know the journalist's, the media outlet's name, find the contact details, an email address, a phone number, and get in touch. It's always good to know what the local media outlet is about. So, there might be ones that you align with in terms of your values and your morals, and there might be ones that you don't. So pick the media outlets that you want to support your cause. So what is it you want to say? Journalists are notorious for not having a lot of time and not really answering a lot of emails. So it's that elevator pitch. You need to know what you want to say before you get in contact with them. And, this goes for everything, doesn't it? Especially if you're in business and you're running an organization. What is it that you want to say? Do you want to tell the journalist, come along to the event, or you've got some great people that will be able to tell some beautiful stories? What is it that you want to say? What's the key message? Do you need people to come to your event and that's pretty much all you want to communicate? Or do you have a bigger purpose? Do you want to raise the profile of digital inclusion? Is this Get Online Week event about getting, people at the event, or is it about reaching people that you haven't reached yet, maybe over the next 6 months? So know what it is that you want to say and the key message in relation to Get Online Week. And that way, it goes without saying, you'll be able to communicate your message a lot more succinctly. Where, we often, we're so caught up in the what that we don't remember to tell journalists where the event is. So these are very common sense things to remember, but they're very, very important. You would all know as consumers of media that if you want to go to an event that you've read about in the local paper, you want to know where, how, who to contact, where to get a ticket, or if you need tickets, where to go, where to park your car. All these little pieces of information matter. And let's remember that we're talking about digital inclusion. So there's your Get Online Week event, and then there's the bigger context of digital inclusion within your local community and your organisation's purpose for running this event. Journalists, again, are notorious for asking one question, and it's why. Why? Know why before you speak to any media. And it could be as simple as, we really believe in giving people digital skills. The more authentic, the better. And I guess my take-home message about media is not to be afraid. Journalists are people just like us, especially if someone is on radio or print. You're not going to be live, so don't be afraid just to pick up the phone. And if someone's interested in knowing more, they'll give you a call. They will chase you. Give them a call a number of times by all means, but just remember that they're after genuine stories. Journalists have to write about issues. They have to write about events. This is a genuine piece of news. Your event is worthy of news coverage. It's part of a national campaign to, get everyone online and provide everyone with digital skills. And it's something that really matters. And it's a worthy news story. So it is something that journalists want to hear about. And yeah, I encourage you guys just to contact your local media, VIPs, and members of parliament because, you know, a chat about what you're doing will never be wasted.
Awesome. Thanks, Yasmin. Such good tips. And I think one of the things we haven't mentioned yet is, of course, Get Online Week is free. So if ever you're talking about your Get Online Week event, don't forget to mention how much it costs to come, which is nothing. So we don't have that barrier for Get Online Week. Anyone can come and learn something new. So really important. Now we get to, well, I'm not going to say that wasn't fun, but now we get to some fun things. We are so excited to be able to bring back Get Online Week event packs. And Flo has been very busy behind the scenes organizing event packs, and you can now order them. So Flo, do you want to explain a bit about why we're so excited about these packs and how people can get one?
Yes, we have been working really hard in these packs because they are so cool. We have in them different things for you. They are completely free and they will be delivered to you. If we go to the next one, Cass, we have the details of the things that you're gonna have in there. And there's a few extra surprises that we are gonna not announce yet. We have posters for you to promote your event. You can put it in your local area, or you can put it maybe in a supermarket close to where you're gonna host the event. We are gonna have buntings like the one that we have in our bags for you to make your venue looks beautiful. There's gonna be a lot of tip sheets that they are gonna be really useful for your learners. We are sending you stickers for you and your team. There's the activity cards that we loved it. They are really useful to play and learn something new. There's gonna be a QR code poster to get the feedback for your attendance, a few stylus pens for everyone to take notes and using their touch screen, and a few extra surprise gift. I'm leaving in the chat panel the link for you to make the order of the pack. It's really simple. You just need to add the details, your address, your name, and everything in there. Check that the address is all right, and we will be processing the orders. And in a few weeks, you're gonna have your pack ready to use.
And I can see we've got a question. Someone has ordered their pack. When is it coming? We had a delay with one of the items, but we're so close to getting it. As soon as we get it, we're sending the packs out. So we're hoping to get packs into the post this week, which is the week of the 5th of September. So fingers crossed we can do that for you. We're working as hard as we can to get them out as soon as possible. But the best thing you can do is order them now, and then you'll be in the very first batch to go out. So you can have one per event, okay? So I'm going to say if you're having 3 sites, 3 events, you can get one per location. Let's put it that way, all right? And then if you need more and we have some left over, we'll let you order some more. We want to try and make sure everyone gets at least one, but go ahead and pop your orders in. And we have a poll. So let's have a bit of a vote. Here we go. Option 1, have you ordered your Get Online Week pack yet? And your answers are yes or no, but I want mine. Okay, so your answer is yes or no, but I want one. And your second question, what item are you most excited about? Ooh, a lot of votes coming in for the activity cards and the bunting and pens and the tip sheets. Yes, they're awesome. And we can't even put our surprise item in there, but it's very cool. It's the one we're waiting for. Fingers crossed it comes in. We really want to be able to get it out to you. So yes or no, have you ordered it yet? And what are you most excited about? All right, let me share the results with you. So about 2/3 of you have ordered it. Awesome. And you're most excited about activity cards and tip sheets. Looks pretty even, isn't it? All right. So let me give you a little bit more info about what's in there and how to use it. Activity cards. This year, if you got our activity cards last year, you got a set of 15. This year, we have created an extended pack of 24 playing cards. So what you'll get is 24 playing cards, each with a different digital skill activity that will take 5 to 10 minutes, depending on who is using it, and an extension activity for those who are a little bit further along. And we're so pleased with them. They make me happy. Can I just say, these are one of the things that make me so happy every year. And I managed to get an animal question, an activity in the 24 pack this year. I'm not saying that's why we extended it to 24, but I was pretty happy that we could do it. After all, cat videos are why the internet was created, and we all know that is the truth, okay? So there are 24 new cards, 15 existing, and we've added 9 new. Quick maths in my head then. You can use these as a quick icebreaker if you want. You could use these for your entire event. And I'll get Flo to share in the chat panel. We actually have ideas on how you can use these in lots of different ways to make your Get Online Week event great. Keep them, use them for the whole year. You don't have to just use them for Get Online Week. You can use them whenever you like. One handy tip is if you're planning on using them over and over and over, maybe laminate them so they're nice and easy to clean and stay nice. They're like playing cards, so you can imagine. But these will be available. Okay. Exciting. The posters, these are the 4 posters that are going to go into your marketing packs that you can order. We've made them deliberately very inclusive in terms of the types of people are on them, and very big spaces ready for you to pop whatever information you need to put in about your event, but they're nice and designed and ready to go for you. Just add your event details. I feel like I'm saying just add water. There you go. Tip sheets. We have some new topics that will be coming out to you in your event packs. So you'll get 8 of each topic. And if you want to print more on our other topics, you can just go to our website and print them off. So if you want our topics from last year and the year before, you can just go ahead and print some more. These are an A4 handout, double-sided, and we have one on staying safer online. Oh no, I'm going to forget what the 4 are now that I've committed to saying them out loud. One on staying safer online. One on saving money and comparing prices. So we know cost of living is a huge factor in digital inclusion at the moment. So that's a really handy one. We've got a brand new tip sheet on making your device easier to use, which is all about accessibility features that we're so pleased to be able to create with you, thanks to the support of Guide Dogs, who we've partnered with. And we have one on, I think it's on finding reliable information. Is that right, Flo? Yes. Okay. Oh, I feel like I've passed a test here. Brand new tip sheet on how to find reliable information online. We know there's a lot of concern about how do you find the right thing. There's so much information on there. So that's a brand new one. So order your event pack and you'll get ones printed out for you for free. Or if you need extras, go ahead to our website and they'll be available. The new ones are still just coming in print form, but you can go ahead and take a look. Now, I've seen some questions about the survey. Once again, we have the survey. If you've participated in previous years, you'll know that we have a survey for event attendees to fill in. It's really important that you help us by getting people to fill in this survey. We're going to post you in your pack a printout of this poster to make it really easy. Pop it up on the door on people's way out. It's how we get to report back the impact of the campaign from all of our events across the country. So individually, you're doing awesome work. But what we like to do is tell the story of how Get Online Week makes a difference, all of us working together during this 1 week. So that learner survey, last year we had 1,000 people fill it in, which is amazing, getting 1,000 people with low digital skills and confidence to fill it in and share what they got out of Get Online Week. And it meant we could do things like this amazing graph to tell the story about all the awesome work you guys do in your community. It's also where we get our key percentage stats that say things like, oh, I can't remember what one is, 99% of people thought this, or 94% of people learnt something new at Get Online Week. Okay, that's all from this learner survey. So if you can help us by getting some of your event attendees to fill it in, we actually have a tip sheet on how to scan a QR code. So if your people aren't very confident, print that off and pop it next to it. We'd love to have as many people as possible fill it in. And you can see it's just a simple 4-question survey. And 2 of those questions are optional. So very straightforward little survey. So hopefully we can meet our target of 1,000 people, again, filling it in, which would be amazing. What else do we have? We've already mentioned social media tiles and videos. Done the hard work for you with the designs. All you need to do is download them, upload them. We've even pre-written some social media messages. You can copy and paste and just edit. Or, of course, you can go ahead and make your own. Not a problem. But we have done some for you in different sizes and shapes. And I can see that a question has come through. Can we make our own posters and marketing collateral in line with your organization's guidelines? Yes, of course. Go ahead. And yes, we can. Usually we have a Get Online Week logo on our website. If there isn't one, we'll double check and we'll make sure there's one up there that you can download and pop onto your posters and marketing materials. If you choose to make your own, of course you don't have to, but you can go ahead. But wait, there's more. Sneak peek of what the mystery item might be here. We have Zoom backgrounds, which you can see behind us if you're having online events or talking about Get Online Week with your organization. Go ahead. Stylus pens, stickers, the works, flyers, you name it. Okay. So that's all the exciting resources. All of them are available on the Get Online Week website, and Flo has been sharing the link in the chat panel for you. So you can go ahead and download the things that aren't in the event pack or audio free event pack and get things posted to you for free. Again, thanks to our lovely sponsors who make it possible. All right, so with just a few minutes left, I'm going to go to checklists. So for those of you who are your event planners in your organization, you might be everything. You might be the digital mentor, the event planner, and the marketer. That's fine. We all wear lots of hats in this sector. That's fine. But here's what you need to be doing right now. First of all, if you got a grant through us to host your Get Online Week event, make sure you do your grant admin. Otherwise, we can't give you the money. So do your grant admin. Log your event on our map so we can make sure that we can share the good news about the work you're doing in our awareness raising activities that we do. Order your marketing pack. It's free. It's fun. We'll get them out to you as soon as possible. So go ahead and order your marketing pack. And then start doing some of the background work behind the scenes. So create your RSVP list and let your team know how, if someone says they want to come, how do they register them as on your RSVP list? Let your volunteers and staff know that your event's coming up and encourage them to invite people. Start promoting your event. We do say try and reach out to people 4 to 6 weeks prior. It really enables word of mouth to get around in your community that this is coming up. So it's a really great time to start promoting your event from today. And also think about what happens after the event. So you have all these amazing people come to Get Online Week, keen as beans and excited to learn something new. What happens next? How are you going to encourage them to keep coming back to get more support from you? So think about what that looks like. Do you want to have do a ring around the week after, thank everyone for coming and inviting them to come to the next thing? Do you want to have a sign-up form at your event for future activities? You know, really think about what happens after Get Online Week. Fast forward till October, you're 2 weeks out. what do? Check how your event registration numbers are going. Is enough people coming? Do you need another promotional push to get all the people you want to attend? Do a ring around. As I said, telephone calls have amazing power. Ring around to your community, people you know might be interested, and invite them to come and get them to RSVP. Send out your local media release if you haven't done so yet. We've got a template you can use. It's really simple. You download it and you fill in the blanks, and then you can send it off. So we've made it as simple as possible for you. Start preparing what you need on the day. So do you need to print more stuff out? Do you need to make something for your event? Have a think about what you need on the day. Do you have a computer and Wi-Fi sorted? Can't forget about the Wi-Fi at these events. Make sure you let your team know what's happening, and of course do your risk assessments. You're in charge of making sure everyone has a fun time but also a safe time, so make sure you factor that in. And think of things like, what happens if it starts having a thunderstorm or extreme weather? What are you going to do? Because we all know we live in places that these things can happen. Fast forward again, it's Get Online Week. It's a great week, full of excitement. We're all around the country doing this digital skills activities all together. There's hundreds of people who are hosting events like yourselves. What should you do? First of all, help make everyone feel comfortable at your event. You know, have someone on the door welcoming people, making cups of tea. It can be as simple as that. Take photos of people who are coming with their permission, of course. If you have a grant, you'll be asked to upload a couple of photos as part of your report, but also it's lovely to share with your team on your social media channels, in your newsletters afterwards, all these amazing things. And people might see those photos and think, oh, maybe I can come and maybe I can get help as well. So the photos are really amazing. Post on social media and tag us and use the Get Online Week hashtag, and we'll be busy liking and commenting on as many things we can see during the week as we can. So show us what you're doing and share with your community and shout it out proudly about all this amazing support that's happening. And of course, the Facebook group we have is really fun during Get Online Week. So make sure you post in the Facebook group too. As I said, book people in for follow-up support, do your event feedback survey for us, and of course, have fun. That is the most important thing. Now, after your event, I've talked about this a little bit, but make sure you follow up to say thanks and offer ongoing support. If you have any print versions of your event feedback surveys, you can make sure you digitize them and send us the electronic versions, or fill it in the online survey. And of course, if you have a grant with us, you do need to fill in a grant report. So you'll be sent a link to fill in your grant report to acquit your Get Online Week funding. So make sure you do that. It's really helpful if you do that as soon after the event as possible. So to answer the question that's come through, all your attendees at the event, fill in the event attendee survey. That's the QR code poster one. So anyone who comes to your event can fill that in. It's a great way of us seeing the impact of Get Online Week. If you have a grant to host your event, so you as an organisation got funding from us as part of your grant terms and conditions, you need to submit a report about how you spent the money and what you did. And that will be sent to you, and it's effectively like an online report. You fill it. So there's two. One is for people who come to the event, and one is just for people who got a grant to host an event to acquit your grant. If you didn't get a grant this year, you don't need to do that. So you won't see, if your event attendees fill in that QR code survey, you won't see their responses. It's anonymous. We'll just get responses in our survey, so you won't see them. Okay, so if you want to do your own event feedback thing for your event attendees, you're welcome to do that. But they're the two different feedback things we have. One is feedback about the events. One is a grant acquittal that only is relevant to the organisation who got grants to host an event. And if you're confused, just give us a call afterwards. Okay, so that's it. How excited are you? Oh, I've got to click some more buttons. How excited are you about Get Online Week this year? What? Here we go. How excited are you? Are you really excited? I can't wait. Are you medium level excited? About looking forward to it. Or I am not excited at all. Oh my goodness, I have so much to do. There are your three options. Really excited, I can't wait. Okay, it's coming up, great, I'm looking forward to it. Or I'm not excited at all. Awesome. Good news, everyone. You're all excited. That's coming up, and no one is not excited at all. Thank goodness we've done our jobs here at Good Things Foundation. We are excited too. We're so thrilled that you're getting involved in Get Online Week, and that we have all this support available to help you to get involved. You're part of a really big movement. There's hundreds of people like you around the country who are hosting Get Online Week events during this 1 week in October. And it's so amazing to see all the amazing support that you can provide to people. So we've got on screen some contact details, and I can see they've been posted into the chat box as well. So do feel free to reach out if you have any questions or want a helping hand with Get Online Week. We're so pleased that you're getting involved. And please just get in touch if you need anything else. So that's it for today. Hopefully you found that helpful. Any final questions, pop them in the chat panel now, and I'll stay online for another 2 minutes and answer them. But thank you all for coming today. If you have questions, pop them in the chat panel now. Copy down our details. Okay, excellent. Thank you, everyone. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay, thanks, everyone. I can see we've got some questions, so I'll just stay online for some questions. If you type them in the chat panel, go ahead. Thanks, everyone. Okay, we might just stop the recording, Flo, if you like.